Hello everyone. Have a nice day. My SRC, my pride. I am T. Sindhu, lecturer in English, Sita Lakshmi Ramaswamy College, Trichy. In this video, I have discussed about a quick glance of literary terms. In this particular video, I have discussed few important literary terms, and we all know that there are lots of literary terms used in English literature. In this video, I have mentioned few of them. First of all, we have to know what is literary terms. Literary terms are devices used to make writing better. The terms are used in literature to define different kinds of situations and actions. The phrase literary term is used to reference style, technique, and formatting used by writers and speakers to masterfully emphasize, embellish, or strengthen their composition. We can define literary terms in many ways. It is a tool to coin new thought and meaning into a word or action. Agitprop. Agitprop is a two word. Agit means agitation. Prop means propaganda. The term derived from the Department of Education and Propaganda of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union in 1920. The term agitprop originated in Russia. Agitprop is also known as street plays or stage plays. This theatre wanted to change the opinion of the public and wanted to persuade them. It is a political strategy in which the technique used to influence and mobilize public opinion. This theatre is used as a method to carry the message of revolution to the masses. The street plays were performed from one place to another. The plays were performed in warehouse, factories, farms, streets. In 1920, 70% of Russian people were illiterate. So, theatre is an important mode of communication for the revolutionary cause. The purpose is to awake awareness of a particular issue and then persuade its intended audience to take some form of action. And this theatre is inspired the theatre of the oppressed. And also a very important theatre that later developed from agitprop theatre. Belles lectures. Belles lectures is a French term for fine writing, usually done by aristocrats. It is a literary counterpart of bow writing. That means bow arts. It is originally used in fine arts. Formerly, in the 18th century, it was equivalent to humanities. Belles lectures famous in humanities. It is differentiated artistic literature from scientific or philosophical writing. Sometimes scientific or philosophical writing can be feel dry, but Belles lectures is a beautiful writing. This term chiefly applied to lighter writings and essays, but not prefer fiction or poetry. Jonathan Swift doubtlessly first time used it in English. In Tatler, he wrote an essay where Swift used this from the first time. Belles Lettres, written by many writers, they are Lady Mary Wortley Montague, Matthew Prior Beerbohm, and Andrew Lang. Andrew Lang's Letters to Dead Authors is a good example. It was published in 1896. Chronotop. It is a term coined by Russian literary theorist Michael Bakhtin in 1930. Chronotop refers to how time and space are represented in language and literature. Here, space and time are interconnected in plots and are central to the narrative. This interconnected aspect is called chronotop. Chronotop corresponds to a specific way of speaking which represents a specific ideology. Chronotop is not just a narrative feature but a cognitive concept. In other words to say, setting is considered as a spatio-temporal whole. He offers the history of novels which aims to show that different novels are structured according to different ideas, time and space. It can be seen in his essay, Forms of Time and the Chronotop of the Novel. Dime novel. The dime novel is a form of late 19th century and early 20th century US fiction issued in series of inexpensive paper-bound editions. The novels were short, paperback, cheaply bound and sensational. The novels touched on the lurid and scandalous subject matter, making them accessible and interesting reading. The first dime novel was part of the series titled Beadless Dime Novel. The first novel was Maleshka, the Indian wife of the White Hunter in 1860. Most of the stories are concerned with romance, historical episodes, warfare, and violent action. The features of the novels are chief, tale of adventure, mountain man, soldiers, explorers, detectives, or Indian fighters. The stories were popular among the young, especially as literary rates increased during the American Civil War time. The cost of the stories between 10 and 15 cents. Sometimes they were referring to as penny novels, 10-cent novels, and 10-cent novelettes. The famous authors were Jackson, Colonel Pettis Ingraham, Edward L. Wheeler. Dept poetry. A kind of poetry that emerged in Jamaica and England during the early 1970s. Dept poetry was originally coined by Jamaican poet Oku Onura in 1970. It is the new form of artistic expression emerging in Jamaica after independence. This new art form soon spread to Britain, the Caribbean, Canada, South Africa, and the US. It related to reggae, Rastafari, and the Black Power movement. The term Dept denotes a drum beat. Dept poetry reflected Black diaspora struggle for equality. The best example is Linton Kwesi Johnson's Deadbeat and Blood in 1975. It includes narrative poems on various subjects of protest against racism and police brutality, the celebration of sex, music, and Rastafarian religious themes. Leading the poets are Michael Smith, Jean Binta Breeza, Louis Bennett. Universe Taker. Universe Taker is a style in writing plays. It developed in England during 1990s, a term coined by Alexius. He is adjunct faculty member in the Boston University. Universe Taker, British Drama Today was published in the year 2001. He used the term Universe Taker to describe the works of young playwrights late the 20th century and 21st century. The playwright of this style broke the conventional codes of Taker. They present vulgar, shocking, and aggressive materials on stage, obscene language, violence, taboo subject matter. They wanted to surprise and disturb the audience. Alexius says that grab the audience by the scruff of the neck and shake it until it gets the message. The term originated from American sports journalism. These features of new drama referred by Taker critics as the new brutalism. The leading figures of this new movement are Mark Hamill, Sarah Kane, Anthony Nelson. Pantomime. Pantomime became popular in England in the 18th century. The term is sometimes called as a mime or dumb show or melodrama. The purpose of pantomime is spectacular entertainment for children. In modern pantomime is based on a fairy tale including songs, dances, topical jokes, and the playing of heroes part by a woman and the comic older woman, the game to be played by a man. In ancient Rome, a pantomime was a play on a mythological subject in which a single performer mimed all the parts while a chorus sang the story. In ancient Rome, actors sometimes performed a kind of pantomime with the aid of masks in the dramatization of fabulous tales called fabula ecclena. The favorite subjects are Cinderella, Aladdin, Dick Whittington, the Babes in Wood, the Jack, and the Beanstalk. I hope you all understand this video. Thank you so much.